Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the Robot Spirits or Robot Damashii. We have Gundam Barbatos. Finally got this from Tatsu Hobby. Been looking forward into getting this. And this looks awesome. So, just looking from the box, we're gonna get the mace as well as the sword. I don't see the bazooka, so maybe we're only getting that for this. It's possible that they might be making another form. He has a lot of forms. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the 6th form and add the bazooka there, but we'll see. Anyways, that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so we have Barbatos here. I haven't put the backpack yet. We'll do that in a bit. But just quickly looking at this, it looks great. A few things that I've noticed. We got the red markings here. I'm not sure if that's painted on, but it's great that they've already added that, even on the chest here. Quite nice. As well as we have this gold paint here on the the vents on the chest, the V-fin here, as well as the shoulder armor, the front skirts, and even the vents onto the knee. Kind of curious what kind of plastic they applied on this. Seems like it's yellow. Might have been yellow and they added that gold, like a top coat. It works. You got metallic green eyes, which is always great. Really cool looking. There's a lot of exposed frame here. Very nice. Alright, going over articulation now. Let's start here with the neck. So it's a double joint on the base of the head and to the torso. You have this collar here that's attached on the back of the neck. Kind of just floats around as you move that. Fairly good articulation, so you can look up here and look down. So that's great. Now for the shoulder, it's not weird. It's in a ball joint, but the back side, it's open, which allows you to move the shoulder back here. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting they have that. But even for the front part, yeah, you would think that they will do something for it to collapse forward to allow better range. But I guess you can still reach the other side, just going over on top of the chest here. Alright, you got shoulder armor, which is attached on a ball joint, right there. You got your bicep swivel here. There we go. You got your elbow bend, which is fairly good. And not too bad for the elbow. Yeah. Sometimes there's gaps, but this one, not too bad. Then you have your wrist joint here. It does seem to have a giant hand. Sometimes the closed fist, especially for like the 00, it's really small. But this one, he has huge hands, or the fingers are a bit bigger, which is great. I prefer bigger hands than smaller ones. Alright, so moving on for the torso, we got this. Being able to move this tells me that it is a ball joint on top there. It kind of feels like it. You kind of have this flexible cables here running around, which kind of flex as you move back. So that's that. And you can even lean back. There is a hinge, and connection on the waist seems to be a peg, not so much for a ball joint. But you do have that bit of a hinge there. Allows you to that kind of weird position. But more articulation, I guess. Then you have your side skirt here. Then you got your front skirt, which is attached on the ball joint right there. And the back skirt is fixed. Now towards the waist there, on the legs, you got your ball joint right there. It gives you fairly good articulation. You got your swivel there. Quite nice. You got your knee bend here. So for this knee band, I'm kind of curious how this thing on the back does. Huh, that's kind of cool. Something tells me this just there is a piston there, but this is probably not attached anything inside, just like a free floating piece, just like a peg. But it does go in, and you're able to fold it all the way in there. So that's a nice gimmick that they have. Quite nice. You got this. Not sure if you can do anything with this, but there's that. Then on towards the ankle here, you have your ball joint. Kind of curious how come they didn't go with the hinge, but the ball joint looks a bit better. And you have another one of those free floating pistons there on the back side. Yeah, that ankle joint is stiff, which is good. Get your shin guards here. Thought this will be loose, but I guess not a separate piece. It's all molded together. Not bad. Yeah. Then you get your heel, I guess. You get a heel joint here. It's in the ball joint, which allows you to do some crazy poses with that. And I think that's pretty much it for the articulation. That's fairly good. Alright, so that's that. Let's start attaching the accessories. Alright, so let's attach this backpack here. It just goes on the back, hence the name. Alright. You are able to detach this, and yeah, I'm not really sure what's the significance of being able to do that, but there is no kind of like an extension. I don't think this comes with an extension. Yeah, there we go. Actually, the other peg is for this thing here. So forget what I just did. Then you have this two. It's actually different, although they look the same. It's a little different. So this one goes on the right. He has a more of a curve end there. Actually, no, sorry. This one actually goes to here. Sorry, on the left, the one with the curved one. The one more edged off or square goes on to this side. But either way, you can mix and match them. I'm just kind of just showing what the instruction says. So you have your sword here, your katana. Quite nice. Not sure if the handle here is painted white. It might have been. To attach this, just kind of slide it here from the top or the end of the handle. And there you go. If you try to do this with the other mounting point, it's too loose. And that is for the mace. Alright, so there we go. That's that. I think he's able to reach it, which is great. There we go. Next up, let's show the mace here. Really cool. Does have some knobs, which we can always clean. So really nice. There is that extending spike there, and it has to have that. It's part of the show. Very iconic. You can replace the handle. This one is the extended version. There we go. But if we want to store it, though, we'll just go with this one. And I believe this one just snaps here. There we go. And that's how you store it. And him standing with those weapons on the back, I think it's just fine. The weapons are lightweight, so it should be fine. Although you're left with this, I kind of wish there's a way to store this. But since it's the same handle, you can't really have it on the back. Alright, so other than that, you have this pair of hands, the open hands, aside from the closed fist. And you have a pair of weapon holding So just those 3 pairs of hands. Alright, let's start swapping them. Alright, so let's pop this out. There we go. Let's go with this. Let's see. Doing this for the first time. Alright, I think I got the ball joint there. All the way in. Yeah. I should talk with Kay, and he said that the ball joint tends to pop out. Huh. Mine seems to be fine. Although it's possible that the peg hole here is not deep enough. That is a possibility. And that fell off. Huh. It's not the peg. It's part of the hand. Okay. It's possible that that thing is detachable. So that is held by friction. Not sure I like that idea. Alright, so let's slide this off and attach the handle. Alright, so with that, let's see here. Well, it stays. That's a good thing. Let's swap out the other hand here. Here we go with this. Yeah. See, those are huge hands. Starting to think that Barbatos is starting to look like a gremlin or a troll. You got the chin. You got those hands. Yeah. Just that he's a color white. I think if his color was a bit green, it's possible. Yeah, I wonder if they've changed the color with the Gushan. If it's green instead of white, and the Gushan was white. Yeah. And the Gushan will look like a pork bun. Alright, so yeah, quite nice. I like it. Let's try the mace. Let's pop this out here from the back. Alright, so let's take this out. There we go. And we might have to swap the other one here with the other holding hand. There we go. And let's post this. I'm assuming this one has the same... Oh, it does not open up. Well, that's odd. I wonder if I just undo the glue. It's possible. Alright, so I'm just gonna slide this in, I guess. Oh! There we go. Went a little too far. Yeah, I might have to glue that back. That might be the case. Anyways, I got the mace here. Looks great. Just kinda wish we have the cannon, so we only have melee weapons now. I'm kinda curious if they're gonna make the 6th form to go along with this. Second season is around the corner too. And I kinda have to applaud Bandai for making the figures right away, alongside with the anime. Before, sometimes we just get the anime, we don't get to see the figures till it's a bit later on, and this nostalgia just kicks in that you want to buy the figures. But it just kind of makes sense to have the figures be made alongside with the anime. One just hopes that anime is something that people really want to make the figures in demand, basically. And in this case, yeah, I really like the Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's a great anime, another great series. Yeah, quite nice. I like it. And that's pretty much it for the review. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. If you got questions, let me know. Yeah, again, this is a really nice robot Damashii. I highly recommend getting it, especially if you like the Barbatos design. And the next one is the Chimaris. I checked out on that. I think for the Chimaris, you gotta have that booster, which I've seen. Well, they have it on the 100 Chimaris. So I think you need to have that booster. That's kind of like, I mean, just to make the Chimaris look awesome. Otherwise, there is a Chimaris Trooper, which I'm looking forward also, and hopefully they make one for the Robot Damashii. And for that matter, hopefully they make the other, you know, like the Greys. It'd be cool to see a Robot Damashii of Greys. The Gushon, the Rebake. Hopefully. But if there's a Robot Damashii, they kind of just handpick certain Gundam or mobile suit. Mostly Gundams. I don't think they do much of the enemy. Anyways, that's about it for this review. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.